Assalamualaikum and very good day to the honorable judges. My name is Farahain Binti Rosman and I'm from UITM PUNCAK, taking Bachelor Education in Teaching English as Second Language. So, um, why do I want to become a teacher? I have always been inspired by my teachers when I was a student during my school years. My teachers were always passionate and courageous, not only for teaching us to understand to make us to understand the content of the learning, but also they taught us how to be able to contribute to the society. How do we manage our time? And how do we boost our self-confidence? I still remember my language teachers, BM teachers and English teachers, they were the one who forced me, who encouraged me to go for events, competitions, in order for me to boost my self-confidence. Not only that, my parents always encouraged me to become a teacher because in my religion, it is said that becoming a teacher and to preach to others is one of the good deeds. Whenever I have understood something, I learn from it. I have benefited from it, and then I have to teach others. Then others will have benefits, will get the benefits from it, and then the others, once they have understood it, they will teach others. So this is a way of preaching or giving knowledge to others and sharing knowledge among others. So I think this is a good approach for teachers in order to motivate the students to share their knowledge and so on. Because I can see that teaching and learning, they are lifelong journey, and we must continue doing it even until our last breath. Okay. So these are the reasons why I want to become a teacher. Okay. Why am I applying for this scholarship? Why am I eligible for this scholarship? First, because of my parents' financial problem. So before I start my semester, I have to pay for registration fee, university and college fee. So I find it hard because even though I have my other savings too, but I have to save a lot for my college fee and registration fee. And also for the upcoming semesters, I have to buy reference books that are way pricier, more pricey than those that I have bought because there are books that we cannot find in Malaysia. We have to buy it from outside bookstores, so they are quite pricey. And for the upcoming semesters, I also have to prepare and provide stuff for my teaching materials, which really got me kind of stressed because I have to save more money for my books and my references for my teaching materials, and I cannot have I didn't have sufficient money for me to live for the whole semester. So these are the reasons why I want to apply for this scholarship. Not only that, I also think that it is a good motivation for me, as I think I will be able to strive harder, as I also like to join other events, competitions, outdoor activities that are designed for my faculty, because I wanted to go so much, but I did not have that much money, so I always turn it out, and I did not participate in it. So if I get the scholarship for this, I will make sure to always try harder, and we'll get dean list for every semester until the end of my degree life, because I feel that it is a motivation for me to do harder, for me to get straight A's in all my exams, or maybe for me to get a dean list. Alright, so these are the reasons, my answers to your questions. Alright, now I want to start my micro teaching. Alright, Assalamualaikum and good morning, class. Okay, class, settle down. Alright, okay, settle down first. Okay, is there any SMT? Is everyone here? Okay, can you please take out your book, a poem, your poison tree, this poem book? Right. Then turn to page 13. Okay, turn to page 13. The living photograph. Okay, before we analyze before we read the poem, we have to find out the elements of literature that we can find in a poem. So what are the elements of literature? Okay, they are what? Theme, tone, mood, moral values, literary devices, and also rhyme. Right. Now I want you to read and understand every line, every stanza in the poem. Right. Okay. What does the first stanza say? My small grandmother is tall there, straight back, white broderie and lace shirt, pleated skirt, flat shoes, grey band, a kind old smile round her eyes. Her big hand holds mine, white hand in black hand. Her sharp blue eyes look her own death in the eye. So, here the poet is describing the grandmother's appearance, her personality. So she is from upper middle class society. So she is an upper middle class woman, because here it is said that she wears something that we call white broderie and lace shirt. What is that? What is the meaning of broderie and lace shirt? It is a type of English embroidery, English clothes. Okay, where only upper middle class women they wear this, right? So this is the personality, appearance of the grandmother. Her big hand holds mine, white hand in black hand. Her sharp blue eyes look her own death in the eye. So what does this mean? The grandmother is going to die soon. Okay. It was true after all that, look, my tall grandmother became small. Now why does the poet say that? Why does the persona say that my tall grandmother became small? She was taller, but now she became smaller. Because the granny's persona is fragile. She is becoming weaker. Her back round and hunch. Her soup forgot to boil. She went to the awful place grandmothers go, somewhere unknown, unthinkable. So now the grandmother has already passed away. Where did she go? She went to the awful place grandmothers go. And where is that place? It is a mysterious place to the persona. He doesn't know. Where is that place? Where is that place where the passed away grandmothers go? Where is that awful place grandmothers go? But there she is still in the photo with me at 3. The crinkled smile is still living, breathing. Where is she? You told us that she has already passed away. So where is she now? She is there living in the photograph. So she is living in that photograph with the photo of the persona. How old was the persona when the photograph was taken? With me at 3. So the persona was 3 years old when they were taking the photograph. So what is the meaning of the poem? What is the message? What is the theme, the centralized topic in the poem? Family relationships. What else? Quality of photograph. Yes. Even though the grandmother has already passed away, the photograph makes it seem like she's still living. She's still living, still breathing, but in that living photograph. Alright, how about family relationships, quality of photograph? How about life and death? The grandmother, when she was still living, she was able to cook. She was stronger. But now she has already passed away. She went to the awful place, and then she is already gone. So these are for the themes. Quality of photograph, family relationships, life and death. How about tone? What is tone? Tone is feelings or emotions that the Which one? We or the poet? The poet. Tone is for the poet. What does the poet feel when he's writing the poem? Reminiscing. Yes, he feels reminiscing. He still thinks that the grandmother is still there, still living. How about the mood? What do we feel? What are the emotions and feelings of the readers, we as the readers, when we read the poem? We feel nostalgic. So the tone is reminiscing and the mood is nostalgic. Okay, how about moral values? What do you think is the message of the poem? We must love our loved ones. We must cherish our loved ones. We must always give attention to our grandmothers. We must always appreciate the grandmothers. Alright. So these are the moral values. Now, second last, literary devices. What can you find? Okay. In the first stanza, you can see that there is a sense of something that appeals to the sense of sight. Visual imagery. So visual imagery is the element that appeals to the sense of sight. Where is that? So, can you see that the grandmother is being described here in the poem? So the poet uses visual imagery. So which part? My small grandmother is tall there, until a kind old smile round her eyes. So this is an example of visual imagery. Okay, what else? We have alliteration. Do we have alliteration? What is alliteration? Yes, repetition of consonant sounds. So consonant sound. Her big hand holds mine. Her. So repetition of consonant sound is alliteration. So we have alliteration component. Okay. Then how about metaphor? Yeah, we have metaphor. Yes, we have metaphor in the first stanza. Okay, her sharp blue eyes look her own death in the eye. So what is metaphor? Metaphor is comparing two elements in a poem without using as or like. So what is being compared here? The blue eyes is being compared to the death. This is an example of metaphor. Comparing two elements without using as and like. How about personification? Do we have personification? Yes, her soup forgot to boil. Okay. What is personification, class? Okay. Personification is when you give something. Okay. So you give something that is not human, but you give it a human characteristic. Okay. For example, here, her soup forgot to boil. Her soup is not a human. This is a type of food, right? Soup. Forgot to boil. Forgot. This is something that the humans do. So you give this human characteristics to something that is not human. So this is an example of personification. Okay. Is that all? Oh, we have alliteration. Do we have assonance? Yes. My tall grandmother became small. Tall, small. So we have the repetition of the vowel sound. Repetition of the vowel sound is what we call assonance. So we have an example of assonance in my tall grandmother became small. Tall and small. So that is assonance. Alright, so we only have 4. Alliteration, assonance, metaphor, personification under the literary devices. Okay. So what about the rhyme? The rhyme of the poem. Is it A, B, B? No. It is a free rhyme poem because can you see any pattern towards the end of the line or the stanza? There, shirt, bun, eyes, mine, hand, eye. See? No pattern. So this is a free rhyme poem. Okay, now that we have all these 6 elements of literature, we have done with the theme. What is the theme? Quality of photograph. What about tone? Tone is reminiscing. Mood is nostalgic. Moral values, we must cherish our loved ones. Literary devices, we have 4: alliteration, assonance, personification, and metaphor. How about the rhyme? The rhyme of the poem is a free rhyme poem. Okay, so now that we have done with our poem, The Living Photograph. Okay, thank you, class. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me this experience. I hope that I am eligible to get the scholarship.